Because I have people already in my comments.
Oh, for real?
Okay. Yes.
I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, Rick.
I
I mean,
just
y'all
got
go.
to
I
get.
mean, while y'all going, I'll be setting up. So it ain't like it ain't like I'll be the only one. You know, we all. It's four of us talking.
You good. I'm gonna try to wait a little bit, give some people some time to get in, make sure it's shared on everything and all that good stuff. Oh, Rick, you changed your picture. Okay.
What are you talking about? My picture? What picture?
You know when you cut your camera off, you used to have a different picture.
Oh, it's still there on the computer. I just don't have it on this phone. I don't have it on there. I actually was just now trying to find the avatar to mess with. Actually.
Okay, let me switch over to here and share it. Yeah, I need to send Lee. Lee wants to get on too at some point. I need to send him the info too. All right, I'm gonna give everybody some time to get in here. If you are in here, say hello. Let me get it shared on everything.
Oh, damn. There we go. Damn music just jumped back on for no reason.
Uh-oh. There we go. Hey, Rondi. Yes, look, we done already got a comment. It was KeKe Palmer's outfit inappropriate. Yes, and did you see how Usher was touching her? Couldn't be me. We gonna get into all that.
And you know I'm gonna have a different perspective than a whole lot of these dudes.
I already know. That's why I'm like, I feel like this is a great blend. Okay.
I'm gonna have a whole different perspective.
Tiffany.
Woo!
See, I thought of you as soon as I seen the situation. I thought of you instantly.
I was like, look at this bad bitch.
So y'all can look on my actual Destiny page and then share it from there. Rondi said I gotta make sure. Hi, cousin.
That's what I'm looking on now, but let's see.
I'm trying to make sure it's not just on the business channel. Rondi, make sure you share it on my actual Facebook feed.
Okay, I'll see it now.
Let me see. Oh, Rob. I know y'all done.
What up, cuz?
What up, cuz?
How you doing, man?
Not a damn thing, you.
Man, you know me, just slow motion.
Right.
If you are in here, say hello. My other one set up so I can see.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to share this on my page.
Rick, where you at? Are you ready?
I told you I'm ready. We can you can go here. Yeah, I'm ready. But I mean my page don't switch when I get in. I'm gonna turn my computer because my camera got as you can see, it got a light glare coming through it because it got a cracked screen.
How far are you?
I'm probably like 5 minutes.
Okay.
But I mean, like that, y'all get started. Shoot,
yeah. We're about to get rolling. Okay, hold on. Sure. Alrighty. So, we are going to start from the top. So the other day, well, matter of fact, let's just say this: KeKe Palmer is 29 years old. She just had her first son, who is 4 months old now. And I feel like she's been posting a lot, letting everybody know like she looks good, like she's, postpartum body. What do they call it, Tiffany? After you done had a baby and people showing off their body and everything. So she's been dressing really cute. I follow her on Instagram. I did before all of this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she always look good. She went to the Usher show in Vegas. Which in Vegas, everybody usually kind of like it's a different vibe in Vegas anyway. Let's throw that out there. People kind of dress different. They show more or might be more like, theater-esque or just whatever. Okay. So she went to the show and she had on a see-through outfit. It kind of like resembled like a bathing suit, but with like a cover-up, very fitted, kind of outfit. Now, there's been a lot of controversy because she posted a video with Usher, and she was, he was singing to her. I think she was singing "There Goes My Baby." I think it's what he was singing to her. And her baby daddy that she's been dating for I think about 2 years now, something like that. Comment was like it's the outfit. You a mom though. And everybody went in on him. Everybody defended KeKe Palmer and was like, he's insecure. Don't come for KeKe. She's just trying to feel good in her skin. And, and it has everybody's all, in shambles, saying everything. Some people were saying KeKe Palmer was showing too much. Some people were saying that, it was inappropriate. Some people were saying let her live her life. She feels good about herself. You should have known what you signed up for. And there's other people that feel like, he was overreacting. So he doubled down on it and made a whole nother post, like full-blown Twitter post, and said, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and the mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater that he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe, and I rest my case." And, he doubled down on it. Like, look, this is how I feel. This is what it is. KeKe Palmer hasn't really, addressed it. She's just pretty much been saying things along the lines of, I'm a mother. Like, she's put out T-shirts, But she hasn't really, addressed anything and said anything. But everybody's been all in shambles about it. So I want to hear you all's perspectives, since it is, these are two of my brothers on here, and then my cousin that is on here, and so I'm gonna go guy, girl, guy. But I want y'all to kind of introduce yourself, kind of tell your background a little bit, so people can have an understanding of maybe why you feel the way you feel. Like, I want, Tiffany, you to acknowledge, I'm a wife, I've been with my person this long, or Twan, I'm a husband, maybe what you do. And just if people's ever just give me all that, so everybody got a good understanding. And Twan, I want you to let everybody know, put your links down below for all your stuff you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got a whole production going over there. So Twan, I want you to go first.
Okay. All right. Well, first and foremost, man, Mr. Showtime 69, man, just Google me. I ain't even gonna get into all the particulars. You did. But I'm gonna have a different perspective than most guys anyway, because I do virtual internet porn type shit. So me and my wife do this type of shit. So my ego is not as fragile as most guys. First of all, let's start there. And I talk about this on my shows all the time. The male ego is fragile as an egg. You know what I'm talking about? So most of these guys, the way that everything is set up, it's always been good for the guys to be the players and the guys to have a whole bunch of chicks and the guys to be this, that, and the third. Well, it's kind of different when they bump into a woman who's on the same type of time. So the thing is always this: most guys who have common sense know it's easier for women to have access to just the minimum things as far as sex goes. So, with guys, most guys have to do cartwheels and backwards flips to get sex, meaning, they have to pay for it, or they have to buy certain clothes, dress a certain way. They have to drive a certain car, have a certain financial status. They feel like they have to do all these things to be able to get just the minimum things that's like sex, versus a woman, all she has to do is walk outside. So with the male ego being that fragile, y'all have to understand that most of these guys ain't gonna feel the way she was dressed. She was not even over the top. You know what I'm talking about? I see some shit, some stuff, I don't want to cuss. I see some stuff that man, okay, let's be honest. Most of when you look at the women, I'm gonna say between the ages of 21 and 40, most of their club attire is stripper wear. Let's just be honest. It's stripper wear. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just stating the facts. So Now, how much sense does it make for these guys who go to the strip clubs every night, throw money? How much sense does it got for these guys to, soon as they meet you ladies, first thing they tell y'all is what? How much money they got, what they can do for you. They go through all these whole little spills. So meaning they cater to the culture of the prostitute, meaning strippers, meaning content creators, meaning women who dress in stripper clothing and go to the, you know, because we're visual, we like that type of thing. But it's kind of weird how guys that go to the strip club and spend their money, they'll spend their money with content creators. They'll go out here and try to holler at the sexiest dressed woman in the club. But then soon as you get that woman, you want her to put on a whole old school nightgown, cover everything up. So that goes back to that male ego. So this is why a lot of these guys are like, you're a mom, you're this, you're that. Okay, but she was that when you got with her. She was that when you saw her. Okay, now if she wasn't a mom to your kid when you saw her in the club half naked, and then you had sex with her unprotected, when you knew you was going to come, you came in her. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of steps to where you get to the point to where, okay, now you're saying you're a mom. Wait a minute, we're past all this. I guarantee you've seen signs that she dressed like this, or maybe she wanted to dress like this. You know, going through a pregnancy, the woman body change. You know, they don't really be particularly happy with the way they look, you know, during the pregnancy, after the pregnancy. So when y'all bounce back, you know, y'all's confidence is on a whole nother level. Most guys can't handle that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the first thing I want to address is the fact that the male ego is fragile as an egg. So most of these guys that's talking and, no, I don't like what she's doing. She's dressed this, then the third. She wasn't even bad. She wasn't even dressed bad. Dude, I go to the $5 and $10 clubs and I see women with a shirt on. You see straight through it, no pasties. You see the nipples. You know, they wear the thong. You can see the pussy lips hanging out the side of the motherfuckers. Now, ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, this is what we see. You feel me? She wasn't even dressed like that. You know what I'm saying? She was sexy for real. And it wasn't even over the top. I've seen over the top, you know, but that male ego, y'all got to understand that. So this is why a whole lot of these do. Because see, y'all got to understand, ladies, if you strip the money, you strip the material bullshit away from most of these guys, they have absolutely nothing to stand on.
Nothing.
They could not get a woman to save their life if they didn't have the money that they get and they didn't dress the way they dress, or they didn't go out here and get the car that they want to, you know, they drive. All the material, the superficial stuff that they get that they know a lot of these women like, if you strip all that away from them, these guys can't get. Man, y'all got to understand, these dudes who got these jobs now, when y'all was in high school, they got absolutely no play. Absolutely no play. Nobody talked to them. None of the popular girls thought they were cute. Nobody thought they were handsome. None of that. They waited till they got out of school. They went and got their little jobs and went and put $1,000, $2,000 down on their little Charger, their little Challenger. So now they feel like their confidence level went up. See, women, y'all don't have to do that. All y'all got to do is fucking go outside. And they can't handle that shit. That's all it was. He was scared that for real, somebody gonna snatch her ass. You feel me? That's what that was.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
So, Lee, I need you to elaborate on the face that you made. Okay, Nene said, man, he is spitting facts. Is he spitting facts or what? We got 100. We got I guess Ebony referring to the outfit, like, yeah, she was looking good. I'm pretty sure that's where when you had said that. But okay. Woo! So, because I always keep to the 100. Okay. Always. Alrighty. Where is Rick? Because I already know that he would have had a.
But see, another thing too. I just want to throw this in there. Another thing too. I was a guy who was willing to get married. You know what I'm talking about? Like most of these guys, they can't even get married to a woman because insecurities. You know, it'd be a whole lot of reasons why guys don't get married. So you got to understand, I'm gonna have a different perspective anyway. Like I said, me and my wife, we do this type of work. We do this type of shit. So like, if my ego was as shallow as most of these guys, you think I would be okay with, you know what I'm saying, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not worried about no dude taking my lady. If that's the case, then she wasn't mine to begin with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody who's worried about that.
Well, hey guys, I'm Tiffany. I am the favorite. And I love KeKe. I have followed her since pretty much her whole career. And I have been living for her newfound. She's always been confident, but it's a new confidence. It's she's a mom. She's always struggled with, PCOS. She's been very outspoken, a spokesperson for PCOS, struggle with acne, just all of these things. And for her to finally, when she had her baby, all of that like changed. She didn't have the acne no more. Her body is looking nice, tight, right. She got her curves. And when I saw the video, I was like, yes, KeKe, because I see a bad bitch out with her friends at a night in Vegas having a bomb ass time. Like, I did not even, like, I was just like, yes, like, let Usher be wanting to dance on me, baby. Come on, let's dance, baby. Like, he's Usher. Like, they were at a concert in context. Like, I would never, like, be doing that with a random dude in the club. And I think that like guys are comparing like apples to oranges. Like, oh, if my girl was doing that, like, but your girl was doing that on Usher? Like, Usher? Okay, like, yeah, because if Rob was getting twerked on by Meg on stage, baby, I'm hyping him all the way up. Like, do that shit. What did it feel like? I'm jealous. Like, and it's just like, it's not that deep. And I just feel like, how does an outfit that somebody wear define the person that they are? Like, because I want to show my ass on the internet, or Scary, when I want to show my butt on the internet, how does that define me as a mom? You telling me I don't take care of my kids because I show my ass on the internet? Like, you telling me I'm not smart and I don't hold a degree because I show my ass on the internet? Like, but I am that. I have a degree. I work in a professional environment. I work in HR, so I'm smart, I'm talented, and me showing my ass on the internet takes nothing away from any of those things. And I think people are just so warped into believing, what is and what a person should be. But I've been very conservative. I would never, I had a previous husband, that would be like, wives don't do that. Wives don't be doing all of that. Don't do this, don't do that. And he cheated on me more than the law should have ever allowed. With the same hoes that he would tell me not to be like. Like, oh, don't be. But niggas love hoes. So, like, that's what one thing I learned too is niggas love hoes. Don't ever get it twisted, because niggas love hoes. And
check this out. Hey, pause real quick. I'm just saying, I totally agree with what you're saying. Like, and it's like what I was saying earlier. You go to the strip club, throw all your money on, I'm trying to throw all your bread on the chick. But then first thing you holler, oh, I could never date a stripper. What? Are you kidding me? Like, wait a minute. You're like totally invested in the strippers at this point. Like, you niggas is in there every weekend, but I could never date a stripper. So go ahead and finish. I was just saying, I wanted to elaborate.
I gotta say something really quick, because Ebony, I was wondering with that part right there, because if he saw what she had on before they left, because that's why I said to James, like, she had to have either known that he wasn't gonna like the outfit, or he was or wasn't. Like, did he see her leave with it on? Like, I was wondering if he was cool with it. But, I didn't see where she addressed it and said that he had saw the outfit already. But if he did, if he saw it already, he's definitely tripping, for one. For two, you shouldn't have addressed it on social media at all. But if somebody has, like, where she said that, like a clip or something, please let me know. But anyway.
Can I give y'all, can I let you, hold on. Did y'all forget dude's light skin? Did y'all forget that?
He's real sassy.
Did y'all not peep that he's light skinned? He did some light skin shit.
Yeah, it really did.
Now listen to this. Listen, I'm telling you, if he was there,
Usher can take his woman, and he know the type of woman she is. So he know if Usher was to put it down and the caliber woman that he's with, because he's down here, we didn't even know who he was until he had a baby Palmer. So, he had to feel a certain type of way because he know Usher can take his woman if he wanted.
And male ego fragile. Now, this is why you have guys who you can't even walk out. Soon as your keys get the shaking, where you going? How long you gonna be? Who you going with? Oh no, I'm going too. No, go to the club. You ain't going to no club. No, what? No. You can't do nothing. You can't have male friends. You can't go nowhere by yourself. You know what? Because they're all scared that y'all gonna leave them for somebody else. And most of these dudes, they only have y'all because they pay their way. And they all understand that if the only reason why you have this woman is because you paying your way, somebody else got a few more dollars than you. Know what I'm talking about? That's
it. Look, drops mic. That's it. That's all. It's the male ego. It's insecurity. Because I tell you what, if you doing what you doing at home, and I tell you what, from sun up to sundown, my man's telling me how good I look, how obsessed he is with me, how I'm just that bitch. Sun up, sundown. I'm hearing it all. So when somebody on the internet in my DMs is saying that shit, I ain't hearing nothing. He ain't got to worry about that. And then what I wear has nothing to do with my ability to stay loyal to a man. Like if I want to cheat on you, baby, I'll be whole covered up and cheat on your ass. If that's what I want to do, I'll do it. So it has nothing to do with the clothes that I put on. What do it have to do with if I want to go sleep with another man?
Hey, now look, I mess with all the dancers, the content creators. Like I said, I do virtual content myself for everybody that's watching Mr. Showtime 69. But anyway, just all platforms. But,
don't keep skipping over it. You can listen.
Hey, but look, check it, because I ain't here to promote. We just here to drop some game. You feel me? But here's the thing, like I deal with these women. Like I know more 9-to-5 cheaters than I do women that dance in the clubs and that do the OnlyFans. Them chicks that work in them call centers and them chicks that work and they build them cars and trucks, man, listen, them is the most cheating chicks that I will ever know. Y'all worried about a motherfucker who's selling somebody a picture. Y'all talking about somebody who's selling somebody a picture or a video, but this chick got a whole work boyfriend. Know what I'm talking about? They go out to eat on lunch together. She give him top in the car. Man, y'all can't talk to Mr. Showtime like I don't know what's going on.
You better preach.
Y'all talking about the dancers and all that. Now, come on, man. Come on. I know plenty CNAs and nurses. Man, them is the freakiest chicks that I ever dealt with in my life. Y'all talking about that just because a girl take a picture and she's shaking and twerking on the internet, might be playing with her coochie on the internet, getting that bag. She at home. She's at the crib. Your girl go to the club every week without you. Nigga, don't even think about going with you. Come home 5 o'clock in the morning, straight to the shower as soon as she walk through the door. Man, that's why I be telling these dudes. I be having dudes be like, man, how are you okay with niggas looking at your lady on the internet? How are you okay with your lady stuck in the city? You done caught your girl cheating 4 times. You done caught her cheating 4 times, and you still with her. Man, come on, man. Stop playing with me.
Wait, real quick. Rick, have you been listening in while you've been absent, or are you just catching up on everything?
Oh yeah. And I was catching up. I had to bring switch it from phone to the computer. So yeah, I called.
Okay.
But I did catch one thing as far as the insecure thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I laugh at that because when I hear insecure, it's actually an insecure man that will actually allow his woman to actually carry herself like that, to dance all up on Usher with the booty cheeks hanging all up, the fishnet looking stuff. That's the insecure. Here's why he's insecure more so because he's going to be afraid that he's going to lose that woman if he speak up and say something. A lot of times dudes don't want to speak up and say nothing because they know if they check her, that she going to be like, I'm going to leave you, nigga. I'm out the door. And guess what? They will be out the door. And if you the type of dude that knows like, hey, you can you can be replaced instantly, then you really ain't gonna put up with that. And that's why women a lot of times they put up with these weak dudes they really don't want, and the whole time they just still advertising, getting ready for their next come up. They ready to go ahead and jump up to the next level. That's pretty much what's happening.
Hey, I agree with that too. It is some dudes like that. It is some dudes like that. But like I said, that's why I'm gonna give a different perspective because, like I said, me and my lady both are on that. See, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, from the perspective that he's speaking on, you're speaking of a square dude. You speaking on a square dude. You know what I'm saying? See, this is the difference between square relationships and, you know, which would most consider traditional. Now, see, let's talk about this traditional thing here.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody traditional.
Fuck that.
This is 2023, right? It's 2023. So everybody wants this whole 1940s, 30s, 40s, 50s type of woman, type of man relationship when that doesn't exist anymore. The rules of the game have changed. We got motherfuckers like, when you think about the traditional way, traditionally, I could whoop my woman's ass today. Traditionally, women couldn't even go get their bag. Traditionally, women couldn't vote. They had no voice. We're talking about traditionally. Now, at the end of the day, we're dealing in a time now where that doesn't fucking exist at all. Because when I look at a lot of relationships, I look at the man and the woman. Nobody's really doing this traditional thing that's demanding traditional from the other person. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So you do have guys who have the insecurity, but it's just like for me, if I was in the club doing, you know, but see, I've always lived a different lifestyle than most guys. I've always had women around me. Ever since y'all ever known me, it's always been women attached to me. So at the end of the day, like, I'm going to have a different type of swag, different confidence. I'm going to even communicate with women different than most guys. So with me, that means nothing. But with a guy who's like, there would be nothing insecure about me who would actually see that, because at the end of the day, I'm also knowing that I can't be replaced that easy. You see what I'm saying? See, I carry a whole different type of intangible that most guys can't take, they don't carry. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to understand when you put yourself in a position to, like, and then at the end of the day, we're talking about two famous people. They both have a brand. So if Usher and KeKe is caught on camera dancing and taking pictures, both of their brands go up. Dude, what does dude do? You know what I'm saying? What does he do? Is he bigger? Is he bigger than either one of them? Because it's not. See, if he's not bigger than either one of them, there goes, like I said, the insecurity again. That's the insecurity again.
He has nothing. He is riding KeKe Palmer's coattail. That is what he is doing.
But hold on.
Go ahead, Destiny.
Let me say something. I feel like they should have had a clear understanding of what's cool and what's not. I feel like there are certain things that I'm not gonna wear if I'm not out with my man, opposed to what I'm gonna wear if I'm out by myself. So I feel like that should have just been something that they already kind of understood, like before she even left the house. Because don't get me wrong, not everybody's dude is cool with their woman showcasing everything like that out there, but it is different. She's a celebrity. You know, I'm taking into consideration it was in Vegas, like you said, it's with Usher, and she just had a baby. Like, you do want to feel like I still look good, like, you know. But I just think that if he wasn't cool with it, I do feel like as a wife, I wouldn't want my husband to be uncomfortable with what I got on. But at the same time, that should be understood. But that part too.
Not his wife.
But see, that goes back to what Rick said.
Considering how he feels. You know,
it goes back to what Rick says, sis. See, he's not in a position to make that call. He can't tell KeKe, you can't dress like that. See, when he seen it when she left the house, you got me messed up. He seen that when she left the house. See, but like what Rick said, he couldn't say, take that shit off. See, he's one of those guys that can't say that because he was afraid that KeKe was gonna be like, nigga, you got me, get out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Hey, a dude like me, I can, even who I am, I'm nobody on that side. That's cool. I'm a regular dude. Everybody well, fuck that. I'm the shit. But people gonna look at it. I'm a regular dude. But, let KeKe Palmer think she gonna walk up at the house. Man, you better get in there and put something else on. Matter of fact, since you want to be funny, you ain't going tonight. Stay your ass in the house. Matter of fact, go watch some go watch some Avatar or something. Go watch a long movie. You ain't going nowhere. Are you crazy?
Okay, what's wrong with saying, hey, babe, that outfit makes me feel uncomfortable? And
man,
then
that's gay as hell.
Why? Why does it make me feel uncomfortable? I feel very confident in this outfit. I feel good in this outfit. What about it makes you uncomfortable? Well, I just don't like your butt cheeks hanging out. Why? It's just the butt. Everybody has one. Mine looks good. I work really hard for it. Like, we can have a dialogue, and then we can come to a compromise on if I'm going to proceed with the outfit or I'm not. But why not just be like, it makes me uncomfortable, instead of saying, you ain't wearing that, don't be wearing that, ain't no woman of mine gonna be wearing that, you representing me out in these streets. Like, why not just say, babe, it makes me uncomfortable, can we have a conversation?
But the thing is, we're not having a conversation. It's you not wearing it, and that's it. And once I put my stamp, I'm not compromising. What we got to understand is women, and this is why the black family is so destroyed, and because we think, the old ways, the traditional, we ain't in the 30s, we ain't in the 40s and 50s. That's why we act like we ain't got no sense. That's why we don't have marriages. That's why we have all these single mother families. That's why we got all this destroyed stuff, because we think that our women think that men can't tell them what to do. No, you ain't wearing it, and it's not no compromise. He's a king in the house. He's gonna say, sit down, shut up. I don't care what you talking about.
Okay,
and
my last husband did that. My last husband said, you not wearing this. And I was like, okay, yes, husband. I listen to what you say. You're leading me. You're leading me in the right direction. The man had a whole girlfriend for 4 out of the 8 years we was married. Now explain it to, okay, I'm doing everything you want me to do. I'm wearing what you want me to wear. I'm acting and holding myself in this religious way that, we've adapted and we grew up in. And you still dog walk my ass through the mud. And then now when I'm actually in partnership with a person, actually, let's have a partnership. Let's both make money together. Let's both build on each other. Let's both build each other up. Let's be the best people we can be. It's completely different. Let me have me, you have you, and then we have a one together. You don't have to control me to think you're doing something. You don't have to control me for us to have a good family. And for me to be a good mom and you to be a good dad, and give love to our children, for you telling me what to do, that's crazy to me.
Hey, look, check this out. I feel. Now listen, see, that's the thing. Here's the thing too. Here's what happened, Rick. When I speak on the old traditional way, here's what happened, and here's why we're at where we're at today. It's not about. Here's what happened. When it was the traditional way, and the women couldn't do nothing but what the man said, men took advantage. And men took advantage in such a fucked up way to where when women got out from up under that shit, then at the end of the day, they feel like that it ain't gonna happen again. And a lot of women want to seek revenge just on something that didn't even happen to them. Whatever the case may be. Now, here's what it is. Every man has a program. And this is what I tell my ladies on my page. Every man has a program. So you're going to have to sign up and be a part of some man's program. Now, here's why we have a lot of single mothers and a lot of broken homes, because we're lying to each other. Nobody wants to fucking really talk about and be who they really are and have a communication line that's open with each other, men and women. Women be cold sluts out here, but when they meet a man, they pretend like they're not. Men act like they are such a good guy, and then they be cold, the most cheatingest, lyingest person that a person could meet. So here's what happens. People lie, and they get together, and they don't have an understanding of who they are and what they have to do. So that's what happens when we get out here, and we have a man who is like, okay, I want it to be this way, but I'm contradicting everything on the way I live. Just like with women. Women will be like, I'm the homebody. The first thing they tell you is everything that they don't do. And then you come to find out the bitches do everything. You feel me? So this is why we have the broken homes. We cannot keep it real with ourselves enough to keep it real with the people who we meet. So what it is, we have a lot of non-communication because I'm really a slut on the low, but I told you I wouldn't. So now I gotta act as if I'm what I told you I was, but on the low, I'm living a whole double life. So the other person finds out about it, and then they feel like that it's messed up. Now, per the traditional way, the person who found out otherwise was always the women. So this is why we're at a time now, these women are in their bag. See, a lot of these guys don't like the dancers and the content creators because they're in a way that a man cannot get a bag with them. A man can't compete. You don't have a lot of men who could do content or who could dance. That's why you don't have male strip clubs, because nobody wants to look at a nigga out here dancing, and half these niggas is built like truck drivers. So most of these guys are gonna have this shallow ego. I'm telling you, it's just way deeper than what people really think. These people be out here lying to each other, and that's why, because see, people don't sign up for what they really thinking they sign up for. Or people sign up for stuff that they really don't want to sign up for, but they don't want to lose that person. Like what Rick was talking about, they can't stand on what they really believe in because they're afraid they're going to lose that person. So I feel like that's the reason why a lot of relationships can't stay. You know what I mean?
Hey, and I want to add to what you said, because what you said was perfect. Like, you got people out here lying to each other, like not being real. Like, and again, and I can say as a man, we have been so, society's caused us to believe that we have to carry ourselves the way that they told us to. So when we realize that we aren't what society tells us we are, we kind of try to lie to ourselves, or we don't even want to admit, like, oh shoot, you know what, this ain't how it is. And it stops us from being the courageous man that's standing on our principles and what we believe. We don't really stand on it, and then we end up getting into lying. And I've been that coward before, so I've been that guy where I've had to be like, damn man, you know what? I need to be real with myself. I got to be real with everybody around me. Let me stand on this right here. You know what I'm saying? I've been, and that's one thing I can say. But we have to realize, hey, this is what it is, and now we going this way. Now, y'all, you can rock with it or you can't. But what happens is men ain't willing to say, I'm gonna walk away. The power we have as men is to walk away, because we don't have to deal with y'all. If we understood as men, and I'm talking about the men that actually the top men, we understood, oh yeah, we can have who we want, and these women understand. We're gonna put them in a place of, oh, okay, if I want that guy, I gotta be on, like as you said, his program. And if they don't want to be on a program, we don't need you, because I guarantee you, these women will die off. These masculine women that's in their bag, like you said, they're gonna die off, because ain't no men only men that's gonna be left for them, because at the end of the day, these women settle for those dudes. They don't really want no strong man. They want a man that they can run over, they can truck, so they can, like you said, stay in their bag, pull out that spin move, step through jumper they got. You know what I'm saying? That's what they try to do. They pull out all the stops.
But being in their bag ain't got nothing to do with masculine, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know plenty of married couples. Like you know, understand? I'm in this life. You know what I'm saying? I know plenty of married couples that get money together and do all of that. That woman being in her bag ain't got nothing to do with her. She's very in a feminine place. She got a whole husband, and she's not on no man. But here's the thing. Every program is different. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all got to understand this. It's a lot of us that survived because our mamas sold pussy. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when motherfucker didn't have no money and didn't have anything. You got to understand what they turned to. You got to understand we're only a generation removed from not having rights as humans. So do you think that our fathers and mothers and grandparents' generation just had it easy as we did? No. So what do you think a lot of them did to put food on the table? So you mean to tell me you're going to judge a choice that somebody made for survival at a particular time and make that person a bad? I feel like she's an exceptional mother if she had to do what she had to do for survival. Now, my whole thing is this. At the same time, men were the ones who were the only ones that could work at the time and had a voice. Now, how many men took advantage at the time knowing they were the only ones who could bring the bread in. See, we got to understand, you reap what you sow. This is the same reason why these white folks are real tore up about this whole genetic annihilation thing going on. Same thing with the women, with this women movement. Men have took advantage so much. These women have been seeing it for so long. A lot of these women are looking at men, like I've been saying for years. We are nothing but dick and wallets to some of these women. So you have to bring an intangible. There is something outside of your financial situation and some material BS, or you're gonna fall to the prey, because everybody's getting some money nowadays. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't about a woman being in her bag, making her masculine, because I know plenty of feminine women who they know how to make money, and they are waiting. They are waiting for somebody to follow their lead. But you got to understand, most of these chicks, most of these dudes are carrying purses nowadays. So the pickings are very slim for these women.
Hey, I want to clarify real quick. When I say in her bag, I was talking about like her behaviors are all out of whack. She's acting a fool. I ain't talking about getting money. Nah, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure let's clarify.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't understand the perspective of, like, everybody believes different. So I don't understand why people can't just be like, oh, okay, that's the way that they choose. That's the way that they do their relationship. That's the way that they, do life. Why am I so concerned that I feel like I need to preach or critique or police? Because, like, for example, Rick, I'm sure you have a good wife. So why are you constantly speaking on the women that choose to go another way or choose another route and have a husband that feels different? Why do you feel the need to speak on that when you have a good life? Like,
because
you don't want to only experience because you've never experienced a woman, or you've never, I don't know, maybe you have. Maybe you were married to a woman that was like a KeKe Palmer, or, had a certain kind of status or a certain type of caliber. So you felt like, okay, no, I was this kind of man to her. But if you've never been that, I just find it hard that you can speak on it. Like, how can you say, you can say, I don't want a woman like that. Absolutely. Don't have a woman like that if that's what you don't choose. But who are you to say this is right, this is wrong? I can tell you what to do. Yeah, tell your wife what to do. And if that's what y'all believe, great. Believe it. Your husband tell you what to do. I don't want a relationship like that. So I choose a man that would rather be like, let's work it out and let's talk about it. Let's communicate. Let's figure out how we can come together and both of us live in happy. Because how can you tell a man telling you what to do, you fully happy? Like, you can't do nothing for yourself, or you got to check with him to make sure you can go get happiness. Like, no, baby, we're both going to live in happiness, and both of us living in happiness is what we're going to work toward every day. And if you don't want somebody that want to be equally happy as you as the man, go get a bitch that don't want to, because it ain't me.
Well, I would say, only reason I would say why I'm going to speak on different things, because there's only one truth.
Rick, real quick, get your point out, and then I want to make sure Lee gets the floor too.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say something quick. There's only one truth. So that's what I'm saying. When we're talking about why there's only one truth, and it's not going to be this person live their truth, they live their truth. No, there's one truth. So when it comes to doing a certain way, I'm not going to sit back and watch my people destroy themselves. And as far as woman's not capable of making sound decisions on her own. She needs a man to tell her what to do to make the best life.
And okay. Hey, Lee. Welcome, Lee. Hey.
Yo, shalom. All praise to the Most High. I believe in pro-choice because he does too. He says choose life or choose death. One thing I will say is everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? Now, I'm going to keep it all the way 100, right? I never wanted to wife a hoe, but I will fuck one. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're going to give the double stamp. Bro, move, bro. Get out. Bye. We're gonna give the double standard, right? And like, bro, I'm saying, I'm gonna be honest though. We're gonna give that double standard, and I talk about this all the time, right? So my thing is, there are guidelines for a wife. There are. We can say that there ain't, and there's guidelines for a husband, right? And once you step out of those things, it's free for all, and that's what we're seeing. So when Antoine talks, can y'all hear me good? All right, so Antoine talk about speaking facts and speaking your truth. People need to be honest. If you get a man, right, that you know is way caliber than you, humble down. Right? But because what happens is, right, you get in these relationships and somebody's here and somebody's here, right? And nobody wants to go to the root of the problem. What nobody raised to meet nobody on the right level. We all come from broken homes. Daddy wasn't there. Mama was out trying to find another daddy. We all, hey, this is mama's friend. We all knew who the friend was. We just didn't want to say nothing. But I'm just saying, we're on different levels. And look, here's the thing. Women love taking care of men. I'm like Twan. I was never that person that had the flyest girl. You know, I never used to have haircuts. I had dandruff flakes falling down my hair. But women love me. It's not about what you were. It's about, are you comfortable with you? And look, like Tiffany said, some people's going to dig it and some people ain't. And if the person you want don't dig it, you just need to move along. Now, as far as us having opinions, one thing I will say, because this is still about KeKe Palmer, right? We only know her where we met her at. So I feel like the biggest thing out here is that we seen her from a childhood star, right? So a lot of us only see her as a child. A lot of us can't picture the adult KeKe Palmer, the mother KeKe Palmer. And one thing I want to say about celebrities, like Twan said, and like I put on her, a lot of these celebrities ain't together. They really only see each other 4 times out the month. They got different motions. She could have already been out and he could have been over here. She probably could have sent a text, hey, I'm going out with my friends. Hey, cool, because that's respectable, right? She probably ain't seeing what she was wearing. And everybody got phones now, so anybody's going to get caught with anything. So, and I got one more thing to say because I'm just trying to comment on everything. As far as traditions, right? It's whatever you want to raise your household as. People need to understand the same things that's happening now has been happening. According to the Bible, according to ancient texts. Women been selling that. Women been selling that, dog. Women being stepped out of line. Look at Adam and Eve. It says she looked at the tree to make one wise. She looked at it selfishly. And here's another thing. The man wasn't even there to guide her. So a lot of times, like we said, we let our women have this leash, right? And like Twan said, we really don't know this woman because nobody really tells anybody the 100% truth about themselves, right? You got to find out through families and friends, meeting family and cousins and stuff like that to really know who you're really dealing with. So in the same sense, I'm raising mine on tradition. No, I don't want my wife going out the house like that. They wasn't married. But if I'm going to look at her as a wife, right, I don't want you stepping out like that. See, it's about the intent that has to be clarified. But like y'all said, this is KeKe Palmer. She's up here. Y'all, we don't know who dude is. So in her mind, hey, little buddy, I can do what I want.
Little buddy.
I mean, she's out here. She's out here. But if you value tradition and if you want to be out here, that's on you. And another thing I want to say, a lot of women, because we talk about speaking righteously and doing righteous things, a lot of women out here think if I don't cheat, I'm a good wife. But goddamn it, you don't listen either. You don't value me. Nah, man, let's just keep it real. You know what I mean? Like, this is a man's perspective. I want to hear a woman's perspective, right? This is what men see. Our women go to work, go get that bag, right? Go get the bag, baby. You doing everything boss say to get the bag. I'm doing everything master say to get the bag, right? We get home, and you don't want to do nothing for me.
Right.
Man, put
so
Sarah Renee's last comment up real quick.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Just because I wear a certain outfit, I think that's what the thing is. It's like, okay, if Robert came to me and like I said, he was like, I don't want you to wear that. I'm not sitting right here and saying like, oh, I'm just going to disregard his feelings because if I want to wear it, I'm going to do what I want to do. That's not what I'm saying. What I said was, let's have a conversation. And if we come to that agreement together of this, but why can't it be equal respect? Why can't it be equal? Why do I have to respect you more and you respect me less? It's like
we're not equal.
You have a say so too. And I can say what I want for my life too, because at the end of the day, as much as you say, oh, you know, merge, I stand on what I said. Niggas love hoes. And what it really boils down to, unless your woman gonna stay with you, because more than likely you're gonna go astray, unless you can be in partnership. You can have open communication. You can have open dialogue, especially when you're unhappy. You can say, hey, I'm unhappy right now and I'm not getting what I need from you. But if you feel like you up here and I'm down here and you get a say about my happiness and I don't, then how am I going to be able to openly communicate with you? And then how you going to be able to openly communicate with me?
Facts.
It's not about your happiness though. That's why marriages fail or relationships fail. Your happiness is irrelevant. It's a job. You have a duty to serve your husband and make sure your husband's good. And here's the other thing I want to know. Why do women always got to say why? If he says, hey, I don't want you going out like this. It's not a conversation, not about being no caveman, hit you over the head with a club and drag you into the room and be barefoot and pregnant. It's about he's protecting you. All these women say they want a man to be strong and protect them and all of this stuff. How you going to protect somebody that don't listen to you, that won't go where you tell them to go? If he believes that you need to do a certain thing, it's because he has his judgment made a decision. And if a woman does not trust her husband's judgment, why is she even with that dude?
So because, do I get to and I don't like something that you're doing to hurt me or making me feel a type of way since my happiness is not important?
You are
like,
out for. No, you can express what you don't like. You can express what you don't like.
And so if we're living one life and you tell me my happiness is not important in life, so I'm just living to just serve you.
I don't mean not at all. Hold on, let me clarify. We want to make you got to understand, men are like after 7. We want to give you the sun, the moon, the rain, all that shit. We want to give y'all that shit. But the thing is, we're not giving it to a bitch that don't listen. That's the point. We're going to give it to somebody that's actually going to be on the same page as us because we want to give you everything. We'll die for you, and that's our job. Y'all's job ain't to die for us. It's our job to die for you. And only a sucker would die for a woman that won't even listen.
Like, I will say is, I'm going to die for my wife. Even if she don't listen.
Period. If you love that woman, like it's all about.
But here's the thing, like, and I can be honest, you know what I'm saying? I can be honest, man. I did my fair share of dirt out here, you know, and I've talked about it. But my thing is, and this is what Twan, and I want to go deep into what Twan was speaking about. Ain't nobody being real, right? I was the type of person that always had a girl, had a woman. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Like it wasn't hard for me to get any. There wasn't no issue for me. You know, the hardest thing was meeting someone who wasn't like that. But I had to look at myself and be like, yo, that's who I wanted. I had 2 daughters, right? And man, and like I see it all the time. I'm in meetings, I talk to people, and I can't tell you how many times like these daughters be feeling embarrassed because they follow their moms on Instagram and some of these things. So what I would say is, as you live in your best life, just ask your child if they're of age and ask them how they feel. You know what I mean? Because I feel like once you have children, man, and you can still do you, but what happened to being discreet? You know what I mean? And that's where I feel like, and that's why I do follow the Bible. I believe in the Bible because the Bible says you have a house to cover your shame. You feel me? Whatever you doing, man, that stuff need to stay in house, like Mom said, you know. But a lot of times, both people's out here doing whatever they want to do, or somebody's doing this, another person's doing this, and before the couples can talk about it, like we talked about communication, a brother know, a family member know, a mother know. They're like, so we marry people, and we get with people. Come on, I mean, I gotta put this up. Okay, but I'm saying it's gonna echo. You just standing right there, but I mean, but that was a distraction. I'm sorry, but
you good. I see what you're saying.
at the same time, man, it's all about the intent of heart. And the reason why a lot of women don't be leaving the man that be beating the shit out of them because they know they had rough childhoods and they know it's not really them, right?
Getting whole dog walked out here, but then
The whole dog walk.
I'm gonna do what you say because you beating on me. Like, no, you're not gonna
Yeah,
beat on me.
and that's where and that's where I feel like
And I know God didn't tell you to do that.
the Bible says don't be a striker. Look, let me clarify. The Bible tells man not to beat on their women. It says you can't be a striker. You can't be a striker. Now, in the biblical terms, a lot of these women was coming from two-head households where the man was running everything. We dealing in households where ain't no man been around. Or if the man is around, he's high, he's drunk, the nigga's at work all day, the nigga got a second family, a second girlfriend, you know what I mean? But here's why I get what Rick's saying. At the end of the day, women need to keep it real too, dog. There ain't that many men to choose from. Niggas is locked up. Niggas is out here, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you can't be out here just throwing away man over some miscommunication.
Absolutely.
Because you can't communicate. Or like I said, because you're not on that level to communicate. I'm raw. I've always been raw. Everything's going to be up front. I'm going to tell you how I feel. Because if I don't tell you how I feel, how am I going to know how to treat you? Exactly. So we deal with a lot of people who can't tell you how they feel. And we don't know how to treat you. And people walking around here hurt, mad, pressed out. But nobody won't speak up.
God ain't told you to mistreat me, and I ain't gonna ever believe a religion where God told you to mistreat me. That God told you to make me feel like I'm less than. That God made you feel like I'm not. That make me feel like I'm not worthy.
God says,
I'm never gonna believe a God that would tell you to do that to me. And these men, I heard that preach all of this stuff. Want to throw Bible verses left and right, baby. You ain't gonna prove to me or show me that God told you to treat me this way.
But that's just you. There's way more women. There's way more women than men out here. So like, it's you, and that's cool. There's somebody out here that agrees.
His name is Robert.
Let's circle back to the topic real quick.
Because.
So Lee.
Period.
Hold on, Lee.
Yeah, go ahead, Des.
Can Patricia wear that outfit to a concert?
First of all, I never messed with a woman who had booty pictures sitting on the sink, whoever displayed themselves like that, because I was young and I had 2 daughters. And honestly, I don't want my daughters to be that. So I didn't want to get a woman or potentially a stepmother because I went with their mom to do that. So for me, no. She can answer for herself.
I wouldn't wear it anyway.
I know. I just was curious. Even if you was wanting to wear it, would Lee be cool with you going out and wearing that after all that he just said?
So. Oh yeah.
But that's my question. So that's the deeper question is, okay, but what does it mean when you say I don't want my daughters like that? Like what?
Like a hoe.
I don't want my daughters out here. I don't want my daughters out here, teenage, 12 years old, out here twerking, popping with. Because listen, nobody wants to go deep. Hold on, whoa. This is a fact. Louisville is the #1 place for child trafficking. Hold on. They not snatching up women who's covered up and faces covered up. They snatching up little hot girls whose mama's out here letting them walk the street. I'm not saying that it's not personal. I'm not saying that this is anybody on her. I'm just saying the world has changed. They snatching these little girls up. There's a girl that just got snatched down the street at the beginning of the school year, and they still looking for her. So when I say these things, that's for protection. And as a father, if my daughter chooses to get 18, 24, she wants to dress like that, she can do what she want to do. But in my house, that is a no-go.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. What about teaching our children the difference between Right, when you're 18 and you can freely do whatever you want to do, but at this age, it's not appropriate. What's wrong with having a conversation to tell your daughter or whatever? Because my thing is, what I teach my daughters is be you. No, you're not gonna wear an outfit like KeKe Palmer in Vegas at the age of 13 or 14 or 15 or even 16 or even 17. But the thing about it is, if you become a mother at 29 and you want to go out and have a good time, and that's what you feel the most confident in, you should be able to do that.
Do you, baby?
Reason why you feel like you can't be who you want to be, because there is a person out there that will meet you where you are. I'm proof of it. I like I said, I've been the conservative wife. I did all the right things. I was in church every Sunday and Bible study every Wednesday, baby. We was there. He was there with me. He was saying all the right things, praising God and standing up. He had a girlfriend for 4 years out of the 8 we were married. And you know what she dressed like? I would never, ever compromise my happiness for a person that can't see my point of view. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't listen. I'm never going to listen or I'll do what I want to do, because that's not reality when you're in partnership. When you're in partnership with somebody, there is no, it's all this person's way. It's all this person's way. That's not a partnership. I don't want to be in a relationship where the man feel like I got reins over you and I tell you what to do and you mine and you belong to me. And baby, if that's
but
go find a woman that wants a man like that. I'm not the woman for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
His point out. He had his hand go.
I just got a question. Okay. All right. See, again, I have a different perspective. You feel me? So, okay, we keep talking about the women being promiscuous to women. What about niggas like me who had a daughter who's seen countless women around me all day? I wasn't thinking in my mind that wasn't damaging. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize until older, like that wasn't cool either. You feel me? So again, I have a different perspective. So my thing is this. Yes, my wife could definitely wear some shit like it. You know why? Because here's the thing. That don't make, like, this motherfucker do way more than I know plenty of these chicks do who are covered up, who, who ain't got a butt cheek on the internet. And I'm talking about these bitches are horrible mothers. These motherfuckers are horrible people, horrible girlfriends. So that's why I always keep going back to, you have to sign up for your own, you have to sign up for the program that fits you. If this man is like Rick, if you're a woman who deal with that, that's cool. If not, no. If you're a woman that deals with Lee, like Lee's wife, you see, she's like, okay, I'm rocking with you. You feel me? She signed up just like you with Robert, like Destiny with her husband. Just like, you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. You have to sign up for the program that fits you. That's why it's imperative that we can't fucking lie to each other. Because look, that's just like I tell chicks when I meet them. Don't hide the fact that you a freak. Because, bitch, you talking to big freak. I got some shit going on that you probably wouldn't, it'll probably make your jaw drop. You understand? So don't come in here trying to tell me all this stuff, because I'm going to look at you like a square, and that's going to X you out with me. So that's what I say. It's different. See, with me, it's an outfit. It's an outfit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm telling you, you didn't see nipples. You didn't see none of that shit. Dude, I done been to like $5, $10, $20 clubs, and these chicks is in here naked. Here, I want to give you another example. Lee and Rick, if I told y'all 20 years ago that in 20 years, everybody that's going to be 3-point marksmen is going to be 7-footers, would you niggas believe me? No. You would have laughed and thought I was full of shit. Now, same thing if I told you 20 years ago, hey, these women are going to be able to sell people pictures, not sell them coochie, not be around them, not dance for them at the club and the niggas get to touch on them. Do y'all realize most strip clubs nowadays, you can't even touch the women anymore? A lot of strip clubs, you can't even get lap dances in certain places. So Here's the thing. Yes. And I told you, if I'd have told you 20 years ago, women are going to be able to come off the street from selling coochie to just selling people pictures and videos, you wouldn't believe me. So everything, like what Lee was talking about, the world's changing, everything's evolving. So you can't tell me that a woman who's sitting in the crib, her kids are safe and all of that, and she decided to do content, get her back that way, is worse than a chick who clocks in every day, 9 to 5. She's covered up, but the bitch got a work boyfriend. Get out of her, dog. Like, I see the shit. I see it. So it's all about
every day.
It's all about signing up for whatever fits your program. You got to communicate and don't fucking lie.
Yeah, you can't stop stressing the point of don't hide. Be real. Be upfront about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it starts with the man. Everything begins and ends with the man. If a man carries himself a certain way, the woman will. Y'all naturally are inclined to follow anyway. Y'all naturally want to follow. It's just the fact that are you going to do it? Because if y'all start thinking that everybody is incapable of being followed or leading you, then you're going to start believing things like, I do what I want, how he feels is okay, you know, we going to go our way, or we're in a partnership. It's ain't no such thing as a partnership, because there's a hierarchy in everything. If there was no hierarchy, which in this relationship it obviously ain't. Matter of fact, KeKe Palmer, everybody's expressing that KeKe Palmer is on top. She is at the top of the mountain in the hierarchy, and that's why they say he can't say anything. That's why they say he has to let it go. And that's why she gets to wear that outfit, because in her mind, she's at the top of the hierarchy. If it was a real partnership, so-called, they would have discussed it before she left. But how come nobody's talking about that? Nobody's saying, why wouldn't a conversation have before she left? Is this a real partnership? No, it's because she's running it. She's like, I'm doing whatever I want. And when he voiced his concern, now everybody's like, he's toxic, he's insecure. And then they end up bringing up they're not married. No, I'm trying not to say the B word. If she's a wife, she's a wife. At the end of the day, if a woman for the streets, she for the streets. And he tried to wife somebody that's for the streets. And that's now a learning lesson. All praise to the Most High.
The married part wouldn't make a difference to me. Like, I just feel like I'm going to respect my man's, like, perspective. When I get dressed, if I'm going somewhere, okay, what you think about my outfit? Oh, I love it. If I'm with you, like, you know what I'm saying? There's certain outfits I feel like I'm just not going to wear out without my man. But I know that I have an understanding of what he's gonna be cool with, what he's not gonna be cool with, and I really don't think that they were together before she left.
No, they're all, like, we're all fucking married. I just now realized it. Right. We're all married. So this is why we keep going back to the marriage perspective. These motherfuckers ain't even married, dude. I'm telling you. That is a light-skinned little nigga. He don't run shit because he's a light-skinned little nigga. And a lot of times, light-skinned niggas don't run their shit unless they pay their way. So if her bag is bigger, he's kneeling because that's what he's doing. It ain't got nothing to do with our men.
Listen,
we can't speak on that. That's him. That's him.
Some women like simps in the beginning. They love it because they get to do whatever they want to do. But once they get older, they like, man, I'm tired of doing what I want to do. I need somebody to lead.
And then they cut him off.
That's why some of the best relationships and some of the best marriages start at 40. That's free game. That's free game, like, because man, look, my wife has something to say though, my bad.
Yes.
No, I was just gonna say that the same thing that was said earlier. She need to get on his program if that's who she want to marry. If that's who she want to be with, he already spoke his truth in the beginning. He don't like it. Don't go out the house that way. But if she don't like that he said that, then that's not who she need to be with. But the problem to begin with is they already had a baby anyway. They should have laid all of this out on the table before fornicating with each other. So the whole, like, as his wife, it ain't his wife. Like, they already
got a baby, bro.
Yeah, they already done had.
If I could do it over, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I would have just had that one and just been good, because what I tell people all the time is, and I talk about this, you know, my friend's pops, you know, he always told, strap up. You know, I was in foster care. My mom, a single mother, raised 6 boys in a 2-bedroom apartment. Only thing she told us was don't get locked up and graduate. So anything I learned about women was from Twine, Rick, just being around the fellas, you know what I mean? And my own experiences I had on my own. Like, that's the only thing I knew. You know what I mean? So, like, I wanted to get married, but it was never a foresight. But this is one thing I will say. I will say this. If you, a woman who is not really sexually out there, and you get a man that is, convert, or he's going to slide. I'm just being real, bro. Nah, because it's ultimate. Here's when we're like, marriage is bullshit, but no. Because how long was you a shot before you got married? Let's just be honest.
You're gonna get shot after.
My mom is 70 years old. She told my wife she's never been nobody's real girlfriend, and she's never been asked to marriage. Being a wife and a husband is the highest title and honor you can have. That's just being real. But we wasn't raised or taught to respect it. And everything we see on media and everything we see on propaganda, and we got this free choice of what we want to do, that's cool. You know what I mean? That's cool.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you saying we wasn't taught and all of this stuff, how can you say that your way that you're being married right now, that you're in a relationship with your wife is the right way? Nobody had it modeled in a way that was long lasting. From what you're saying, from the people on this panel, nobody on this panel had a modeled relationship of marriage. So for everybody on the panel to sit here and say, this is the right way. How do you know?
You don't know. Don't nobody know.
Written by a man, and I went to a Christian college and I was taught about the Bible. So what I'm saying is, you can't sit here and say that what you choose is going to work for the person sitting next to you, and what the person sitting next to them is going to work for them. Everybody has to get with the right program, and you can't tell me that I don't respect myself because I show my ass on the internet. You don't know me. You don't know nothing about me. You haven't been sleeping with me. You have never slept with me. So how can you make a judgment and an assumption on what I am wearing based on what I am wearing?
We also can't say the same thing about KeKe Palmer either. A lot of women like to say, oh, she's got her ass out, she is confident. There are a lot of women with their ass out that are insecure. They are like, I have been one of them. I used to have a strip pole in my bedroom, go out to the club every week. And wear little $5, what's it called, rainbow outfits, fast fashion, with the slits all in the shirt and all of that. And that was your experience, but that do not equal happiness or confidence.
Right. I grew up in a household where I had 3 sisters, a mom and 1 brother. We actively walked around in the nude. It wasn't sexual. That was just how we were. We were comfortable. It was never viewed in a way. It was never touted in that way. So if I was raised to be a little bit more liberal and loving my body and showing my body to me is loving my body is how I feel and how I was raised. Who are you to say it's wrong?
Your point exactly. So happiness doesn't come from a person. We keep talking about I want happiness. Happiness doesn't come from a person. You have to love yourself. 1 Timothy 5:8. And here's what I'm gonna say. I'm a person that wasn't raised by no Bible. I was out here doing whatever I want to do. I've been to group homes, foster homes, 10 foster homes in a year. I done live with white families, African families. Man, your experience is your experience. But at the end of the day, it's what you choose to do. So when you talk about truth, I'm not going to sit out here and be like, bro, you wrong. What I will be like is what I said earlier. Ask your children how they feel. Ask your husband because that's the respect.
They love it. They love it.
Look, this is not you. We're not talking about you. We're just talking about in general. Like, This is getting personal. Like, I'm not saying what KeKe Palmer could do whatever she want to do. Anybody could do whatever they want to do. But when it comes down to it, nobody's respecting their children and nobody's giving them a way to choose. Your children are going to do exactly what you do.
As is the mother, so is the daughter.
Yes.
That's why it says fruit don't fall too far from the tree. Mama messy, you messy. Mama ratchet, you ratchet. Daddy a hoe, you hoe. Daddy was out here sliding. Daddy had plenty of women. The husband gonna have plenty of women.
And is.
Yeah, and
right.
I'm my fault. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, when we do find a way that we want to go as adults, that we find our truth, go that way. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit out here and judge anybody. Amen. I'm not here to judge anybody. But what I will say is, when you go to sleep at night, because people front for social media.
Absolutely.
I got discernment. I look at people's eyes and I can tell all your insecurities. Ain't nobody fooling me. So can you sleep at night knowing that you wanted 200 likes and you only got 75 and you was bent over, ass out? So now you got to take it a step further. How many people are going to keep it real, say, hey, I just want attention? My wife did. Some people just want to be heard.
But as I say, that ain't the case for everybody. But
exactly, that's what I mean. One woman can think on everybody. Yes, one woman thinks taking her clothes off is confidence. One woman thinks it's not. Like modesty is confidence. It's what you believe in, how you feel as a woman, and that's what I just want to say is, if you're confident as a woman, you can get any. You can get anybody you want, and I believe that too.
Like, and you can get anybody you want not being confident too. Like I don't know his name. But he said it earlier. Women just gotta walk out the door. Whether you confident and secure or not. You get hollers every day. I get out the car, go to the grocery store in my pajamas and still get a hey queen. You know?
Hey,
and feel through that day.
How you doing?
Every time I cheated, it was with a bucket. It was with a bucket.
Yeah.
Because I know if I would have went up, the woman that I really, really liked would have been gone. So I'm still working on myself, man. I ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. And God bless me with somebody that chooses to going to ride it out with me. And that's really all it is. Who's going to endure to the end? Find you your person. If your person don't agree, hey, that's on them.
But don't never to the internet.
Hey, I love it. Cause see, like I say, we all have a whole different perspective of this thing, but we've all at least achieved it. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, whatever worked for whoever, it worked for them. That's why I keep saying, you just gotta sign up for the program that works for you. Like I said, if you a goddamn alcoholic, don't fuck with somebody who is a recovering one. If you smoke bud, it's like me. I don't think I've ever dealt with a woman who didn't smoke bud. Why would I do that? I smoke weed. If you don't smoke weed, guess what I'm gonna hear? I don't like the way it sounds. You always smoking. Damn, you're smoking another one? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all that shit. So I'm not about to sign up for nothing that don't fit my. Hey, and like Lee said, Lee and them, they all know when they was young niggas, I'm pulling up in something clean. I probably got a different chick with me every time I pull up. I've always lived like that. So that's why me doing what I'm doing now, it don't surprise people who really know me. My thing is, at the end of the day, I've had plenty of women be like, that's a little too much for me. Well, that's cool. I'm telling you up front to give your ass an option to want to deal with me or not. Because you ain't got to deal with me. Because I'd rather, if you don't like what I'm doing, I'd rather you just go ahead and check out. Because I ain't got time to hear the complaining. So it's like, just fucking get with some. If you are a fucking freak, get you a freak. Don't go get you a motherfucker who don't want to have sex all the time. Because
I
guess
got me a
what?
nun.
You're gonna cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I say people go out here, we go on our first date, and we gonna sit across this table and lie to each other.
And send our best representative.
I don't do this, I don't do it. I'm sitting across the table like, bitch, it's gonna be the last time you see me because you don't do enough. Bitch, I do everything. So, you know, that's just what I be on. You gotta get somebody who's with you. You feel me?
Right.
And it's got to be somebody that's not delusional. Like at the end of the day, everybody's living a delusional life. They're living their own personal truth. And when you try to live your own personal truth, you usually don't even express that truth to everybody. You just got your own truth. Like, yeah, this is my truth. And only women say stuff like, yeah, that's my own truth over here, or that's the truth, or we all can live our own. There's only one right thing to do. It ain't no 20 right things to do. It's one right thing to do. And when we ask the question, what's the right thing? At the end of the day, God is giving the right direction. And God he gave us his word in the Bible. And it was written by him. It was inspired by him. So when we question what's the right thing to do, all we gotta do is be like, oh, let's just follow what the Bible says. And he's gonna give us the perfect outline. We ain't gotta have we ain't gotta have so much, back and forth confusion. We just like, all right, God said this, go with it, or don't. And if we choose not to, I'm like this. I'm like Lee said, choose ye this day. If you don't want to, I don't have any hard feelings with anybody that chooses not to. All right, cool. Hey, that's your choice. Go your way. If the Lord ain't gonna force you to do it, I won't either.
To land back off of them real quick, I just want to go over a list of things. I don't see nothing wrong with robbing anybody, right? Thou shalt not steal. I don't see nothing wrong with thou shalt not commit adultery, because I'd be mad if somebody tagged my wife. I ain't gonna lie, right? There's nothing wrong with being a fornicator. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with some of these things that we really want to do and it's really portrayed as right. And that's why, like, I'm cool with pro-choice. I'm not gonna judge you. But if you come to me, you want to talk to me, you know what you're gonna hear. And that's all I gotta say. And that's why I don't really have too many people no more, But I respect anybody's decision because God does, and he's gonna give you over to your desires and whatever you want.
He'll let you kill yourself.
Well, and I think that's a good way to close it. I feel like it's good that we all have we have different perspectives, but we could all sit here and say, listen, that's what works for you in your marriage, that works for you. But it all comes down to, like I said, the Bible has the standard, but I feel like it's dope that we could all, it didn't end up personal and us over here fighting and arguing because I do feel like we all looked at it different, but just don't judge me if I pop out with it one day with that same outfit, okay? That's all I'm saying. But yeah.
We family too, though. We family
Hey,
too.
hold on. Tell Mr. James I said what up.
James.
But y'all, thank y'all for getting on today. I appreciate it. My baby sleep. I done put her to sleep while we've been on this live. So thank you. Patricia, I have learned a lot about you tonight. But thank y'all. We'll see y'all later.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Oh my gosh.
How you get off her?
Leave studio.
Man, and I'm over here. I can't even